They appear from the darkness without warning. Black as midnight with eyes that burn like hellfire. Their howls freeze the blood of anyone unlucky enough to hear them. For centuries, people across the world have reported encounters with massive, supernatural canines that vanish as quickly as they appear. But these aren't just random ghost stories. The similarities in these accounts across different continents and time periods are impossible to ignore. What if I told you that hellhounds might not just be legends? That these spectral beasts have been stalking humanity's darkest paths for thousands of years? And strangest of all, that seeing one might mean you're already marked for death? Hellhounds aren't just modern ghost stories. These supernatural canines have been terrorizing humans throughout recorded history. In ancient Greek mythology, there was Cerberus, the massive three-headed hound that guarded the gates of the underworld. The Greeks believed this monstrous dog prevented the dead from escaping back to the world of the living. Meanwhile, in Norse mythology, Garm was a blood-stained hound that guarded the gates of hell. The Vikings believed this massive beast would break free during Ragnarok, the end of the world, and kill the god Tyr. Ancient Egypt had Anubis, the jackal-headed god who guided souls to the afterlife. While not exactly a hellhound, this connection between dogs and death appears repeatedly across different cultures. But these weren't just stories. People genuinely feared encountering these supernatural creatures. In medieval Europe, peasants would avoid traveling at night specifically because they feared meeting a hellhound on dark roads. They believed these encounters were omens of impending death. What makes something a hellhound? Despite accounts coming from different countries and centuries, the descriptions remain shockingly consistent. First, their size. Hellhounds are almost always described as much larger than normal dogs, sometimes the size of a calf or even a small horse. Their fur is typically jet black, absorbing the light around them. Then there are the eyes. Nearly every account mentions glowing red or fiery eyes that seem to burn through the darkness. Some witnesses claim the eyes glow like hot coals or emit actual flames. Many reports mention supernatural abilities. Hellhounds can appear and disappear instantly. They move with impossible speed. Some accounts describe them walking through solid objects or leaving no footprints despite their massive size. Most disturbing is their effect on witnesses. People report feeling an unnatural dread or paralysis when encountering these creatures. The temperature often drops dramatically during sightings, and electronic equipment frequently malfunctions. But the most terrifying characteristic? In many legends, seeing a hellhound means you're marked for death. The creature serves as a warning, or in some cases, as the collector of souls whose time has come. The Black Shuck of England might be the most famous hellhound in Western folklore. This massive black dog with glowing red eyes has terrorized the British countryside for centuries. The most famous Black Shuck incident occurred in 1577 at the Holy Trinity Church in Blythburgh. During a violent thunderstorm, witnesses claimed a huge black dog burst through the doors, ran through the congregation, killed 2 people, and left scorch marks on the church door that can still be seen today. In Wales, there's the Gwilgi, also known as the Dog of Darkness. This spectral hound would stalk lonely travelers on remote roads. Those who saw its glowing eyes were said to be frozen with terror. Moving to North America, the Cadejo of Latin American folklore comes in both black and white forms. The Black Cadejo is a demonic dog that attacks drunk or immoral people at night. The white version sometimes protects travelers. In Japan, the folklore features inugami, literally dog spirits, created through dark magic rituals. These vengeful dog spirits were bound to serve their masters but could turn on them if mistreated. You might think hellhound sightings would fade away in our modern, scientific world. Yet reports continue to this day. In 2018, multiple residents near Hellhounds, England reported seeing a massive black dog with red eyes stalking the countryside roads at night. One witness claimed her car suddenly stalled when the creature appeared in her headlights. In rural Kentucky, a group of campers in 2015 abandoned their equipment and fled after what they described as a dog the size of a bull with eyes like flashlights circled their campsite for hours, emitting a low growl that didn't sound natural. A 2019 report from Brazil described a truck driver who encountered a massive black dog standing in the middle of a remote highway. When he stopped, the creature allegedly stared at him before vanishing into thin air. 3 days later, the man survived a serious crash on the same stretch of road. Are these just modern myths? Mass hysteria? Or are people genuinely encountering something that defies explanation? Skeptics have proposed several explanations for hellhound sightings throughout history. Some suggest witnesses might have encountered actual large dogs, like Great Danes or Mastiffs, in low-light conditions. Fear and the power of suggestion could transform an ordinary animal into something supernatural. Others point to cryptid species, unknown animals that haven't been documented by science. Could there be an undiscovered canid species lurking in remote areas? Psychological explanations include sleep paralysis, where people experience terrifying hallucinations while partially conscious. The feelings of dread and paralysis often reported during hellhound encounters match this phenomenon. Then there's the connection to death. Since many cultures associate black dogs with doom, people who lose loved ones shortly after seeing a hellhound might retroactively connect these events, reinforcing the myth. But these explanations still don't account for the remarkable consistency in reports across different cultures and time periods. How did ancient Greeks, medieval Englishmen, and modern Americans all come to describe nearly identical creatures? Whether hellhounds are supernatural entities, misidentified animals, or products of our collective fear, one thing remains certain: they continue to stalk the edges of human experience. The next time you're walking alone at night and hear an unusual howl in the distance, or glimpse movement in the darkness just beyond your vision, ask yourself this: what would you do if you encountered one of these legendary beasts? Would you run? Would you freeze? Would you even have time to react? Even more unsettling, some legends claim that hellhounds are invisible to most people. Only those already marked by death can see them. So perhaps the most terrifying question isn't whether hellhounds exist, but rather, why some people can see them while others cannot. Next time you're out after dark and your dog starts growling at something you can't see, remember, maybe, just maybe, your pet senses something ancient and terrible that human eyes aren't meant to perceive. Something that's been hunting us since the beginning of time.